Welcome back. We are back with body language expert Jan Hargrave.
One of our favorite people in the world, by the way. So we've already covered the job interview, which we miserably failed. But what if you were at a party or maybe a business lunch? Why don't we walk through some of those scenarios first? So let's imagine the couch is at a party.
Show me how you usually sit when you sit near Jennifer. How do you usually sit?
See, like on a couch, I might just kind of go like this.
Oh, stay like that for a minute. I'll
goodness.
Dissect it for you. So sitting on a couch like this, when you're sitting on your leg, it gives a message that says, I feel very comfortable with you. I'd like to get to know you better, which is good. But then the second thing is this, is that with your arm here, it's a power position because the more space that you take when you're in conversation with someone, the more power that you have. You see how Derek's all close here? Legs are crossed, arms are crossed. So, Derek, you need to buff up, man. And
the more space someone takes up?
The more space someone takes up, the more powerful they seem to other people. Not quite like that.
I mean, that's
also,
ridiculous.
You know what? Another thing that we note is that in jury selections, the people who sit on the ends of the jury box usually end up being the foremans because those are power positions.
I was a foreman in a case one time.
Were you sitting on the end of a box when they selected you?
Well, you know, the seat, we didn't have an option where we sat, though. They just sort of placed us
normally
where they
it's found like that. Those power positions are there. The key thing about sitting with someone on a couch, if you're trying to make points with them or being even interviewed, is that you want to, as much as you can, mirror what they are doing. If they maybe slightly lean forward, then maybe you want to slightly lean forward. If they cross their leg towards you, you need to cross your leg towards them. So why don't you just try that for a second? Just cross your leg towards Derek, because when legs are crossed towards each other, it bonds the people together and says, we are a couple.
We like each other.
Yeah, we have a relationship. We want to have a conversation here.
I
And
learned
nothing
that from
is
you.
You know, I've noticed like our arms, I think you see this a lot. Like the woman puts her arm on the inside, guy puts his on the
You're
outside.
sort of nesting inside.
being
protecting.
He's being protective of you.
Hey, briefly, before we move to the next scenarios, let's say, though, that you're at a party, and it's a house party, and the couch is just sort of over in the corner.
Okay.
What sort of message might we be? Because I feel like someone walks in and they go directly to the couch. They're sort of being antisocial.
If you want to gain power at a party and be like the center of attention,
don't sit down.
Never stay near the door to begin with, because people who are of low status kind of huddle, near the doorway. People who feel powerful in status, they go to the center of the room and either stand up for a while. But no, the lower you place yourself in a room, the less status you seem to have.
People of lower status.
Lower status.
So harsh.
Let's move to the center.
Let's think of these two chairs and the two of you seated together.
Okay.
When the chairs are placed this way, this is a 90-degree angle, it's more informal and they can discuss things freely. If he were to stay
I feel like this
way,
is more formal than the couch.
Oh, I mean, it is more formal than a couch, but I'm talking about 90-degree angle compared to
Straight
if you would
across from
turn
each
your
other.
chair and face Derek directly. People who do that when they want to have a conversation with you means that they want direct answers to their questions.
So why are both of y'all leaning back like this towards me?
Because we want to see you.
Because you had onions
really
for
well.
lunch.
No, because we want to see your face and get the whole view of you. And so think about it. If you're like this and you're talking with someone, you will quickly come to agreement with them. If the person is across from you, usually when you're going to confront someone, they are seated across from you, whether it's at a business meeting or it's two chairs.
So if I come up to Jennifer and I say, I need to talk to you, Jennifer, and I sit like this, that means I mean business.
Very serious.
Well, I think it's interesting to learn that just because somebody leans away from you doesn't mean that they're not interested, that you're trying to take in.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, we're trying to get the whole picture of you. And then let's say that you are seated with someone, at a dinner, or you're being interviewed even at a bistro.
Yeah, let's say it's a business lunch.
So Derek just sat down.
Correct. He doesn't have too many.
Didn't wait.
Because we're running out of time.
He doesn't have gentlemanly qualities today. Things you have to think about when you're going to be interviewed, if you're going at a bistro, at a restaurant, always make sure that your back, if you're the interviewee, that your back is to a wall, so that, because if you were looking at her, there's all kinds of people moving around, so you can get distracted and look this way. You don't want your interviewer to be seeing other people while they're talking with you.
So maybe if they ask you, do you want a booth or a table, you go for the booth?
Maybe you could go for the booth, but if you enter the room earlier than them, make sure that you get at a place that your back is facing the wall.
Hey, what about, so let's say Jennifer's interviewing me. When should I order food? Should I take the initiative to say, hey, I'm hungry, I want to order now?
No. Because a job interview luncheon is not a luncheon, it is a job interview. So you don't want to get full, you don't want to think about that. Your main goal is to sell yourself to Jennifer, so you have to follow her lead. If she orders food, then you order food. And the key thing is
if I take my napkin and put it in my lap, you take your napkin.
That's right. And you must always follow her pace. If she is a slow eater, you can't, she's on salad and you're at the end of your meal, that's not moving in the right direction.
Jan Hargrave, we need to do a whole show with you.
We do.
Because this stuff is so interesting. I hate when we run out of time.
And to learn more about your body language and what it says, you can visit janhargrave.com.
And coming up on Friday,